Welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna, and welcome back to Follow a Sketch February. I believe we were on day 3. Yes, definitely day 3. And I am going to take this sketch and I am going to turn it. This sketch is by Jennifer Edwardson for Creative Incorporated. It is from the Creative Scrapbooker magazine. It was a September 2022 sketch challenge. This is a great one, I think, for Follow Sketch February because it should be nice and quick. So here's what I grabbed out right away. So these are photos. I did a couple photos at the end of the race. This was a race, or it's a walk we did. Nobody was running, on Thanksgiving last year, and so I did the end of the race with the kids, pictures of the kids, and they were in pink because that's the shirt of the race or of the walk. So I did a pink layout. Today I'm going to do during the walk, and this isn't everybody, but this is my husband, myself, my oldest daughter Jillian, and her fiance Nick. And I went into my papers, and this is how you pick a paper, or this is how I pick a paper. Look at my jacket. My jacket is this olive green color. Boy, if that doesn't match it, I don't know what does. So I'm going to get this for the pattern paper for the top and the bottom, about a 3-inch strip. I'm going to use this because I can and I like it and it's got gold on it. For the middle strips next to the papers, I'm going to find something probably of a solid color to do a scallop on. And then you can see there's 2 kind of cut apart cards that I'm going to need horizontal, but I've got these. I don't know that I'm going to use these. In case you couldn't tell with my channel icon, I have a raccoon on it. I like raccoons. And so I have, here's a raccoon down here. Here's a raccoon here. So I just grabbed these and then I have raccoon paper. I don't tend to use them. I tend to hoard them, which is not a good thing. But in case I need them, the other thing I have, and these aren't going to work either because they're going the wrong direction. This is, and I took the branding strip off. I made another page out of this, but here's some things to get inspired from. So I'm going to keep those close. I did pull out a couple other things. These were printables from the internet, I think, because I find them on Pinterest. So these would fit in there nice. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. We all had coffee. Was coffee and hot chocolate at the race, believe it or not. This one says hello. It does have a tiny little bit for journaling, which would be okay. There's other things that can overlap. I did pull out a couple stickers. Here's part of whoops, can't see that. Part of a wreath that I've left over. These are both Paper Studio. We've got pumpkins. It's got a little bit of a teal color that I'm not really looking to use. These are awfully green, but I thought if I could use the brown ones, I might go that direction. So let's get scrapping. I think I forgot to mention that it's also Sketch Sunday. So the Sketch Sunday group is also using the same sketch. So these are getting cut into 3-inch strips. And then I will take that gold, it's the yellow with the gold on it, and I will cut those into 1/2-inch strips. And then I have my 12 by 12 paper, the off-white that I'm going to glue everything down onto. I lay the strips down first, and then knowing that, sometimes they're not true 3-inch strips, I'm going to check to see how the photos go in there. So then I can use those strips to adjust, to overlap or to adjust for any kind of not exact measurements I have made. So I do glue down the strips, but I will, from experience, there is just a little bit of a gap under the photos on that off-white paper. So I make sure to get those glued down first so that then I can adjust my gold strip to cover up that gap. And then my photos are getting arranged so that I'm trying to have everybody look in towards the the middle of the page, that's not working great because we're walking the direction that we're walking. But if you look on the right bottom, we're very much pointed left. And the left bottom, it kind of is more forward facing. It's kind of a stretch, but I did the best I could. Sorry for my head being in the way. I think my eyes are getting worse. So I just have to be able to see. So here's where I cover up that gap then. And then I go for, what are we going to put into those? Oh, this yellow piece of paper, this yellow trim I have is so super long. I'm like, what? Is my paper not 12 by 12? So I just grabbed out another piece of paper that I knew was 12 by 12. And sure enough, the paper underneath it is 12 by 12. But this gold is so, it's like 12 and a half inches long. I'm not really sure. I think it's from a paper pad. So get that trimmed off. And then I go looking for things that can go into those two spaces there. So one should be a journaling. Yeah, and I forgot. When I looked at those ones in the beginning, I totally was thinking I was going the other direction. So I find this one that says, Nuts About You. It's got the little squirrel. And I will trim that out of the paper. And that is going to become my title. So I don't use that big title that's on the sketch going along the right-hand side. I'm going to use Nuts About You for my title, and it's going to fit right in there. Listed below will be everyone that's playing along with Follow Sketch February along with everyone that's playing along with Sketch Sunday. So yes, I didn't do the greatest job with my trimmer, so I'm just going to take my scissors and trim it down. Then you can see it's got that big area around it, and I decide to pull out some brown paper to frame it. And I'm also going to, I'll get out these, I knew I wanted to use these stickers, but I want to find a journaling spot. So next to my desk, I do have some kind of cut apart cards or page cards that my friend Becky had given me. So I found that one, and I thought it worked pretty well there. It's the off-white color, and it's got some brown on it. So that is going to be my journaling bit. And then I'm going to get some brown paper to mat the title. I like this sketch in that it's not a lot, there's not a lot involved. You can keep the pictures the same. Well, you can do the pictures any size you want, but with the pictures that I have, it was very easy to follow the sketch, and then I just turned it on its side. This would be easy to do for any kind of layout, but really any sketch is very easily adaptable to any kind of theme. This cut apart or this journaling block it's rounded on the corners, so I kind of try to tuck that in as best as I can. It fits in there pretty good. I don't think you can tell it's got rounded corners by the time I'm done with it, but not that it would really matter, but I wanted to get it to tuck in there really nice. That now I will take these really cool, they're like stained glass leaves that are stickers. And like I said before, I'm just grabbing out the ones that don't have that green in there, since I'm working more with an olive, and that's more of a bright green. And I put 3 stickers into each cluster, and then I realize, well, I haven't gotten 3 stickers on there yet, but it's kind of an afterthought about doing a little border, but it does need a little something. I don't want it to be too plain, so I pull out one of my Creative Memories punches, and like I've said recently, these are the easiest punches I've ever found. They're just very sturdy, and they cut like butter. I've never had a problem with them. So, and I just get the ones that are not themed so that you can use them on any layout. So I will punch, I punch the top border, and I have this thin piece of brown from my scraps, and I think because you're going to see me do this in a minute, that I'm going to flip it, trim it up, flip it around. I thought I would punch it on the other side, and then I would just cut them apart. But you will see, once I punch the other side, it makes a cool border, honestly. Like, you could use this as just one border, but to cut it apart, it wasn't going to work. You definitely could use this piece if you went all the way down just as one border, but I just needed the one side. I didn't need it double sided like that. So I trim that off, keep it just one sided, and then I'll find some other brown to do the other side. And I will use my liquid glue, Barely Art glue, to hold that down. It does set pretty darn fast, so you got to get it in there and got to get it where you want it, because you leave it for very long at all, and it is set and it's not coming up. And then I go back into my stash for more brown, and I didn't have another big long piece of the brown. I end up finding a little piece. There's the piece, and it's pretty darn close to that brown. It doesn't match exactly, but it's pretty darn close. So I'll do 2 of these lengths of borders, and then I'll kind of match them up. I'll overlap them so that they, I don't think you can really tell there's a seam there. It's kind of funny, on the other side, you'll see me flip it over, it's purple. Tomorrow's layout for Follow Sketch February is a 2-page layout. I am going to do my best to get that one up. I can't make any promises. It might be late. It's going to be a Disney one, though, I think. I know I have said it before, but if you look at how little papers, embellishments you need to make on a page. Now, you can make a page with a lot more paper and embellishments, but on the average page that I do, there's so little supplies on it that you just get a little bit of supplies and it goes a very long way. So here I will tuck under again, working kind of quickly because that glue sets up very fast. I do the second side, and I was going to butt it up against it, but there isn't a way that you're going to get it necessarily to start and stop to look. So it's much better to overlap, and luckily this paper was longer than 6 inches, so I could easily overlap it and then still take some off the end, which is what I do. Once I get done fussing with that, just a couple more stickers, and that is the end. That's the finished layout. So I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing and liking and commenting. And I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another video.